You're the kind of person Sierra games were made for. Hey, welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play King's Quest 2.
That was an interesting start.
Can we? Here we go. All right. Oop.
Now you dropped the mouse.
Yes, I did drop the mouse. Oh, God. Fortunately, we're not being chased anymore.
Yeah, but there's still the sentries.
Well, we just avoid them.
And there's also the sharks.
The sharks don't do shit.
Use the trident on the fish.
Oh.
No. All it did was make the walls solid. Maybe it'll do something interesting to the fish.
Come here, fishies.
The fish shows no interest in you or...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at the trident.
Okay, sure.
What happened to the bottle?
The trident is shiny and polished. It seems to glow with its own energy.
Maybe there was something we could have done with the bottle.
Who knows?
I think the next screen has a century. I could be wrong.
Well, we'll go up then.
I actually meant up.
Alright then, we'll go this way. Damn it.
Okay, apparently I meant both.
Go. Oh, are we at the... No. Alright, we're gonna save again because this is probably gonna result in a long cutscene.
And the sharkies attacking.
Yeah, well, it'll be fine though, because we'll have the trident.
Well,
what the fuck? No, go back down. Down, you dumbass. You want to go this way.
I mean, I'm riding a seahorse and I have the trident. I'm pretty sure I'm the
trident guides you back to Neptune's
I'm pretty sure I'm the lord of the undersea kingdom now.
They can't ride seahorses. They have tails. It's like, I have the trident, bitch. Give me my stone.
You approach the king. He smiles and graciously accepts his trident from
That's
you.
euphemism.
Then he calls everyone to attention.
Yeah, because we know what tridents represent.
The return of my trident, and to honor King Graham's success, I hereby call for a celebration.
Dude,
Orgy.
you're about to get attacked. Possibly.
The celebration lasts for some time.
Yeah, we don't get to see it.
Drink, and have a merry time with many of the merpeople. After a few hours, the festivities wind down, and you finally have a chance to speak with Neptune alone.
Dude, you're about to get attacked.
Oh, Neptune alone.
The terms of nature represent the three stages of life.
Earth, water, and fire.
Gives birth to life, and thus what I have given you is the first of three. Second is the growth gem, or air gem, for air sustains life and permits it to grow.
How might I find the growth gem?
I know only that its location is as far above the surface of the land as we are below it. Beyond that, I cannot aid you.
Well, that was useless. We already knew that.
Crosses Neptune's face momentarily.
You might say that air is not exactly my element.
You decide that the beverages consumed were to blame for that one.
Okay.
And the third gem, Your Majesty?
Third is the death gem. The completion of life and the natural order of things. The ore of destiny understands this now, as did the ancients who imprisoned the soul within. As for that gem's location,
Yeah, I wish the
I
growth
had
gem was air
hoped
and
you would have no business venturing to the castle. Colima was once ruled from that place. But
So the vampire has the death
people
gem.
have not seen their lord for quite some time. But if you please, I would prefer not to dwell upon this subject. You have done me a great service this
We've got
day,
a steak,
and I
it's
thank
fine.
you. Good luck, King Graham, and good speed.
You can use anything here, even the doll, if it pleases you.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a line from Bloodborne.
You depart the underwater kingdom and head back towards the surface. What an incredible experience. You are certain you will never forget the adventure you just had. Additionally, you have acquired one of the gems. As you resurface, you realize that the magic which allowed you to breathe underwater has now subsided.
Being in water makes all of his children dissolve in water. In his future children dissolve in water.
Okay. Well, no, because we know he has children because Slut Girl is his child.
What? Yeah, no. No, yeah, that's why they all, like, just die whenever they
It is a slightly luminescent blue stone about the size of your palm. You feel a rejuvenating energy radiating from it.
I wonder what time it is. Go to the town.
Yes, that's a good idea. You know, hopefully now it's midday and no longer
knock on the door.
Oh, yeah.
You attempt to open the door, but...
Nah. Fuck you all.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, we weren't satisfied by the mer orgy.
Very unsatisfying.
Because they have the mermaid problem.
Yes, the merman too.
Yes.
It's just like, oh, they don't even have that. Because, like, how do fish do it? They just, like, I think the male fish just release a cloud on the eggs, right?
Yes. They have external fertilization, and that's no fun at all. Oh, this.
Oh, it's midday, so it has to take extra long.
Well, hey, if it's midday, we can get into the fucking antique shop.
Yeah, it was just clouds of white water through the whole thing. It's just like, it wasn't fun at all. It was all mess and no fun.
Yeah, I think
Wow, that one went really far.
Yep, it's open now.
Uh-oh.
What?
I think it might be the librarian's twin sister.
Ah, dragonfire! Oh, no, wait. It's just a mounted dragon head. Whew. It's a weather vane with the obligatory depiction of a rooster. Apparently, this interesting-looking item is a Model DX cartridge retrieval unit. Quite a useful little device. In another time and place. You are inside a cute little antique shop. Old furniture and knickknacks clutter the place. Against the wall, a low bench displays an assortment of items. An expensive-looking statue catches your eye. It is sculpted of white marble and appears to be the only item of any real value within the shop. You find it quite odd that this grand statue is situated amongst other ordinary items of far less value.
Antique shop.
Yeah, seriously. Maybe some of these things are valuable.
A well-crafted loot awaits the anxious buyer.
God damn it. It's just
You
like,
are inside it. You are in.
Look at the shelf. That's a robot.
Yeah, that's the DX retrieval cartridge.
It is a tiny harp.
Oh, is
How
that
cute.
a Space Quest, like, reference or something?
It
Yes.
is a red sorcerer's hat. Obviously, the Swiss haven't quite got the idea yet.
What?
I guess it's supposed to be a Swiss Army knife, but it looks kind of like a weird sex toy thing.
You are inside it. You are.
Look
There
at
are
that.
some vases on display in this antique shop.
I'm waiting until I've looked at all the items.
There are
first.
some.
Yeah, I don't care about vases.
You are inside. You are in. A large and incredibly
Wheels.
hefty-looking mallet is propped up against the shelf. A small engraving on its head reads, Broggy.
Okay.
What?
Some old shields are lying around in the antique shop. You'd really like to know just what became of the rest of the ship. There are some vases.
That's a ship wheel? I thought that was a
It is a
cartwheel.
crystal ball.
Yeah, it
Fairly
doesn't look like
standard
a ship
equipment for
wheel.
those of the magical persuasion.
Yeah, no,
stack
Ship
of
wheels have,
plain-covered
like,
books
grips.
gathers dust on the shelf.
Yeah.
That would
You
be
are in-
fucking horrible to steer a
There are
ship
some
with that
faces.
thing. There's not enough
The
torque.
woman's private living quarters are located beyond this door. The little old lady is tiny, with twinkling blue eyes. Her white hair is done up in a neat bun on top of her head. The little old lady she appears at first to be in her 60s. Then you notice the sheer quantity of makeup plastered on her face and decide that she may well be older than that.
Yeah, it's probably the librarian's twin sister.
Good afternoon. What can I do for you, dear?
Hello. Do you sell anything that would aid in ascent of a mountain?
Unfortunately, I do not sell climbing equipment or anything of that sort. This is really a specialist store.
Oh.
However, I do have an item which you might find useful. This lamp is said to contain a genie. Never tried it myself, of course. I do not believe in using magic to solve my problems. Nature has made us as we are, and we should be glad
It
of
also
that.
made the genie the way it is.
How much for the lamp?
The old lady hesitates. You sense she wants more from you than your money. You hope it is not anything that you will regret.
Well, seeing as how you are a man who seems adept at taking care of himself, perhaps you could do a small favor for me?
Somehow, you knew she was going to say that.
Well, the
I
mer
once
party
owned
was
a beautiful
unsatisfying.
nightingale. Quite rare around here. But the sentimental value far outweighs its monetary worth. That foul old witch Hagatha has stolen it from me, probably to use in some concoction or another.
Her nose screws up in disgust.
So, if you could be a sweetie and retrieve it for me, I will trade you. The lamp for the bird. Agreed?
Well, I will see what I can do.
Do be careful. If Hagatha should spot you out of her good eye, then you'll be in for it.
Good eye. That reminds me of the skull.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
So go into the library, maybe something's changed.
Yeah, maybe she has a different book now. That might tell us something. Nope.
We'll try talking to her. No!
Yes?
Could you recommend another good book?
Okay, here we go. Oh my god!
There.
I really like... No, this is something that I have always felt in video games. It's not so much good voice acting that I like. It's when it's almost like overacting that I like. When somebody puts passion into it.
The librarian has placed the book on the desk for you to read.
Like in
Thoughtful,
Star Control
isn't she?
2 and I Have No Mouth
The
and I
library-
Must Scream. Very bad overacting.
This book is
in both
entitled
those games.
Legends. Browsing through it, you notice an
But it's
interesting
just
excerpt.
like brimming with personality.
Daventry's first king, known to many as
Ligamore.
is as much an enigma of history as he is woven into the fabric of legend itself. Though his passing occurred nearly 1,000 years ago, it remains somewhat unclear as to the manner of his death and what became of the power he wielded. Historians do know that Ligamore was a powerful magician
He's Custwallen.
or a wizard, as he might be called nowadays. Okay, he is largely credited with bringing along with his kind magic and civility to Daventry and the surrounding world. According to legend, during what was arguably the bloodiest war Daventry has ever seen, Ligamore sought to commit his awesome power to the cosmos. It is believed that he blamed himself for the extent of the Grand War, in particular the magic that had been used to exacerbate the death toll. He therefore chose to render himself mortal, an action that would prove to be his last. However, legend also suggests his power may be attainable if only one were to perceive and understand how and when. This is evidenced by a parchment located just a few centuries ago and dated 30 years after the first king's death. Well, that doesn't... If seek you the power of Ligamore, thou shalt be well appraised. If
Oh,
will
God,
not
this
be
guy
an
was so
easy
pretentious.
task. From the path thou may be swayed, for in great Daventry lies the means for which it may be found, belonging to one who... It's the fucking sword, okay? Get to the point. Rules the lad by one who bears the crown from the circle. Nature springs from royal thoughts thus sown. There will betide the unjust thief who claims it for his own. In this great land 'tis known to rest the corpse of Ligamore, who died defending his home turf the longest, fiercest war. His great mistake, which sealed his fate, he cast magic aside, up high into the heavens, which forever stretches wide. But the search may be rewarding for the seeker of this power, as its apex soon approaches when cometh the darkest hour. We have to wait again. Hark, spy sun and moon and planets, as all of them align. The one prepared for the ascension will surely see the sign. Power thus can then be granted to just one from the great tool. If one be thee, then thou shalt be the everlasting jewel. The first king's brother, Morgalen. Wait, that's the name of the islanded pagan. Was also presumed killed in the Great War. Ligamore's loyal first knight and successor, Grantithor, ruled over the realm. For nearly 50 years, he sired a number of children who either remained to guarantee the continuation of the royal bloodline or set forth to build kingdoms of their own.
Well, the king that we replaced must have been pretty shit then.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get his back on.
No, he did. We should read the story sometime about what happened to him.
What happened to him? All of his children died?
I think his wife died. Where is the... Right, here we go. In a time long since consigned to legend, there lived in the realm of Daventry a king called... Oh, no, not this.
Is that about Ligamore?
A long time ago, when unicorns still roamed the forest and the merfolk still dwelt in the shallow waters, frequented by men, there ruled in the kingdom of Daventry King Edward and his lovely queen. The people of Daventry were prosperous and happy, and everywhere peace reigned. But the king and queen were sad because they were childless. They had no son to inherit the throne, nor a daughter to gladden their hearts. One sunny day, King Edward the Benevolent, for so he was called, and his king were walking in the castle gardens when suddenly before them appeared a powerful sorcerer. "I know your problems, and I can cast a spell that will bring you a child," he said. "O great sorcerer, if you can help us, we will be everlastingly grateful," said the queen. "We will bestow upon you many honors and great riches," said the king. "I have no use for honors or riches. My payment will not be great. All I ask in return is the mahogany-framed mirror that hangs in your private chamber." The sorcerer's words gave them pause, for the mirror was priceless. It had the power to read the future and help to keep Daventry prosperous.
Where did we get the mirror? We got it from the dragon.
Yes. The royal couple used it to foretell the weather for planting and harvest.
That's it?
Yeah, it doesn't seem, there's bad weather coming. Shit, what do we do? As had the kings and queens before them. It had been hundreds of years since a crop had been planted before the last frost, or had been ruined by autumn rain. And the sorcerer desired was valuable indeed. The king and queen retired to their chamber to consult the magic mirror. King Edward and his wife gazed into the mirror's depths and saw a young princely figure with a gold crown upon his head. Imagining the youth to be the son they yearned for, the royal couple gladly bestowed the mirror upon the sorcerer. He took it to his dwelling, where he set one of his beasts to guard over it. The months passed, and the queen did not conceive a child.
The dragon.
For the first time in 400 years, Daventry lost the harvest to an early autumn rainstorm. The king and queen wept, and everyone tightened their belts. Instead of having excess produce to sell to neighboring kingdoms, the people in Daventry had to supplement their stores with food bought elsewhere. But it didn't matter because they have a fucking chest of infinite gold. Maybe
they already lost that.
No. When famine came the dreaded plague, and the queen was stricken. For 3 days she lay in the grip of great fever, except that probably plague and famine don't come together because plague is brought by rats, and they're not going to go where you don't have grain. With Edward maintaining a constant vigil by her side. On the 4th day of the Queen's illness, a diminutive figure pushed his way between the legs of the castle guards. That doesn't sound right.
Is this Rumpelstiltskin?
I have a cure for the Queen, he claimed. Quickly the courtiers ushered him into the Queen's chamber, where the King despaired. I have traveled...
Oh, he's one of the leprechauns, okay.
Yes, I have traveled a great distance, or maybe it's the friendly elf. To bring relief to your dear wife, this powerful root known only to dwarves will cure any plague. The dwarf leaned over the Queen and touched the root to her lips. Her eyes fluttered open and she smiled at Edward. The Queen's attendants looked at each other in wonderment. Only a touch revived her, they whispered. Imagine how fast she will recover when given the whole root. Ask any reward for this miraculous gift, O small one, exclaimed Edward. I ask in repayment the shield left you by your father when he died, said the dwarf softly. The king paled at the thought. The shield, made of titanium, was set with emeralds and traditionally carried in battle by the ruler of Daventry. Legend held that he who bore the shield was invincible and his army always victorious. Thus there had been no successful attack on the king of Daventry for over 500 years. Ask again, little man. I will give you your weight in gold, but please do not ask for the shield, said the king. Little man, I will give you your weight in gold, since you don't weigh very much. Yeah, and what a cheap gift, because he has a chest that gives infinite gold.
Yeah.
You do not appear to value your wife's life, your highness, said the dwarf. I will take no other reward than that which I have requested. Haughtily he turned to go. Come back, Edward said. I will give you the shield. The dwarf took the shield and secreted it away to a hole in the ground in the way of dwarves. The queen partook of the root, but to no avail. She worsened and died. Daventry's church bells tolled in mourning, and the king vowed vengeance against the false dwarf.
Give me the chest and I'll get you the dwarf.
Years passed, and the news of the loss of the shield spread. Armies attacked the weakened Daventry, and the king went out to lead his armies without the shield. Never before did they have need of the mirror to foretell enemies' moves. Now that too was gone. Many years passed, and the king was very lonely. One day, while out riding with his courtiers, Edward came upon a pack of wolves tearing at the lower limbs of a big tree. When the group approached, the wolves scattered to reveal a beautiful young woman perched in the tree. She descended regally. I thank you for the rescue, kind sirs. I am Princess Dahlia of Cumberland. I am the grandmother of all sluts. I was traveling through the land...
Wait, what?
Dahlia. Oh, Daphne. I was thinking of Daphne. Anyway.
Yeah.
Fell upon my group. My bodyguards fled in terror from their fangs. Shitty bodyguards, leaving me alone. I owe you my life and my heartfelt gratitude.
Like, holy shit, it's some wolves!
They probably have bear traps. The king was charmed with Princess Dahlia, since she was probably like 40 years younger than him, and brought her back to the castle to visit. He felt new life coursing through his veins, if you know what I mean, and knew it was because he had met someone who might fill the loneliness left by his late queen. In due time, Edward asked Dahlia to marry him, and she accepted. The people of Daventry were wildly excited at the prospect of a new queen, and hopefully again of an heir. They made preparations for a glorious wedding celebration. On the night before the wedding, when the air was thick with toast and merriment, Princess Dahlia bid Edward good night. He never noticed her hand stealing up to his belt and extracting the ring of keys hanging there, if you know what I mean. Much later, the royal treasurer approached the king with alarming news. He had discovered that the treasure door standing open with the king's own key in the lock. The Princess Dahlia had been inside holding a small chest of gold. The treasurer stood frozen to the spot. The princess's bright laughter changed to a witch's cackle as her form grew old and withered. She grasped the chest and mounted to a broom to fly out the open window. The treasurer watched in dismay as she swooped up through the clouds and disappeared. When the king heard the news, he wept in despair. The chest was magic, and the last great treasure remaining in Daventry. No matter how much was taken from it, the chest always remained brimful of gold coins, except you never fucking use it. Without the chest, he could buy no more food, pay no more soldiers. Many more years passed, and Daventry grew poor and weak. King Edward was old and feeble, and saw his end was near. Fearing country would fall into even greater disorder when he died, he sent for his favorite knight, Sir Graham. You are the bravest and truest knight in my kingdom, Sir Graham. Long ago I envisioned your form in my magic mirror and thought I was seeing my son and heir. The years have proven me at least half wrong, but the prophecy may yet be fulfilled. To prove yourself worthy of my crown, I command you to journey out into the world and retrieve the 3 great treasures taken from Daventry by treachery and stealth. Succeed in a great quest, and you shall become king upon my death. Fail, and our beautiful Daventry will grow ever weaker until it is invaded and conquered by unfriendly nations. This I promise by all that is honorable and right. May you return victorious, Sir Graham. Become Sir Graham and travel through the lands of magic. To recover the great treasures, you must retrieve them all.
Yeah.
For only the combined magic of the 3 will return Daventry to its former glory. Look at the fables and fairy stories of yore for clues. Leave no stone unturned, no avenue unexplored, no bush unsearched. You will triumph in your quest.
Even though you can't search any of the bushes.
Yes, along the way, collect as many treasures as you can. The kingdom of Daventry will need everything you can bring back, except who cares, because you'll then have a fucking chest of infinite gold.
Yeah, it's just
And you will profit from the experience. It may be possible to accomplish each task in more than one way, blah, blah, blah.
I don't see why you need the mirror so much. With the chest and the shield, it seems like you'd be unstoppable.
Yes, well, anyway, okay, so that's the story of how this dude became king. And so he's not actually related to this royal line, but apparently we can still obtain the powers of it, as this book says. And I'm starting to get kind of drunk. So, we're running short on time, so time to cut the video off now. Until next time, everyone, bye!